What's good? What's good, Tyson? How you feeling this morning? I'm on the road, headed to church right now. I'm running a little late, but on the way. Picking up my liner from my roof today. Picking that up from down here. I don't know when I'm gonna get it put in, but I'm gonna have it. Going with the original color for the interior. Gonna keep it the same. Gonna paint the outside, get it smoothed out on the outside. Got a few dings. Everything on the hood is perfect though. So now it's time to do the cosmetic stuff. Y'all get to see this little baby transform as the network grow too. We grinding for it. I know he's seen it. Well, I thought that was a truck. Hey, appreciate the likes, man. Y'all dropping the likes already. Grade that performance. The team's performance was definitely a B minus. And I only say a B minus because of the mistakes that were self-inflicted. And that's why I came on. So I'm gonna just do my little rant here. And like I said, I've only watched a few parts of the first half so far. And starting from the quarterback position, I have to acknowledge it. We are not giving Jalen Miro enough credit for what he did last year, nor what he did yesterday. Jalen Miro could have easily blamed 3 offensive linemen in that game, and particularly, it would have been justifiable. The transfer Geno Vandermark, the transfer Parker Brailsford, and Wilkin Formby. If Jalen wanted to make complaints and really put in file a complaint on the co-workers, we could start there. Because for him to take some of those hits, and the first 2 hits Jalen took were dirty hits. I don't think y'all realize the type of hits Jalen took early on in that game, because Wilkin Formby and Tyler Booker actually, not Tyler Booker, but Jaden Roberts actually got beat early in the game. It didn't happen but once. He got beat pretty badly, and it allowed Miro to take a nasty hit. But it affected his whole mindset for the rest of the game, stepping into his throws. We saw Jalen Miro throughout spring and fall and into the Western Kentucky game. He was comfortable with stepping through and following through with his throws, even with people falling around his feet. That was something that you could tell he had worked on. Well, after he took those early hits, his whole game changed. I mean, I haven't watched the second half. I've only watched a few spots, a few key moments in the first half, and that was the first thing I noticed. So I think we need to give Jalen Miro his credit. Secondly, another thing, man, the running backs, I don't know what they're seeing vision-wise, but there were a few times there where the offensive line, yes, we weren't getting an initial push at the beginning of the game, but there were a few times where our running backs, they were blindly hitting the hole. We didn't see them hesitating, but they were hitting the hole blindly. I think Justice Haynes did a great job of showing patience on a few of his runs. Just couldn't explode through a lot of those gaps that were those holes that were being created. But USF, their defensive coordinator, does a great job in dialing up pressures. That's his style. He does a great job setting his defenses up, his pressures up for run fits. They are multifaceted run fit blitz calling defense. And another thing, man, did y'all see how confident they were? Because they know that they're going to send pressure. They were confident in leaving our receivers one-on-one. So hats off to USF. That's a team that's probably going to win their conference. A lot of fair weather fans last night played like trash charge standards. Yeah, it was definitely fair weathers last night. Definitely a lot of last night. Like we lagging a little bit. I'm crossing over into the city. So I might be lagging a little bit. Let me know how everything look. Everyone want to say USF is cupcake. I guess people really don't watch football. Facts, JB. And it's not just because they play Alabama. I expected that team to give us some adversity, even with my score prediction. I didn't expect when I predicted 59-10. I didn't expect 59-10 to look 59-10. And some people may not want to admit it, but 42-16. If nobody watched that game, nobody would be talking about Alabama. But that lets you know. This is what I want to say, y'all. Listen to all 26 of you in the chat. And I'll need somebody to clip this when I say this. If nobody watched the game, everybody's saying they're not worried about Alabama and Alabama's done. Well, if we're so done, why is everybody watching our game and tweeting about our game against USF? If nobody's worried about what Alabama's doing, why is everybody watching the Alabama-USF game? Because if you didn't watch our game and you just looked at the score and you saw that it was 42-16, nobody would be saying nothing. They would be like, okay, Alabama just put up another 40 points. They won. They beat USF. That's what you would say if you didn't watch the game. So for all the fair weather fans that are looking at the details of how we won and not looking at the development, the process, this happens every year. And you all continue to be some of you all continue to be those fans. First play of the game, you start complaining. I told a group text yesterday, I said, man, don't make me mute y'all. I don't do that. I hate when people act like we just supposed to be a finished product in week 2 of college football. A caller called in last night and made a great statement. College football, if we're going to be extending the games like this, there needs to be a preseason so that we can have our best product out on the field come week 1, week 2. I don't think coaches should be limited to inter squad scrimmages and stuff to prep their team for live gameplay. The NFL don't have to do it, right? So why is the college game doing it? We're paying these players now, right? Let's get a preseason game. Let's get a preseason slate going. Let's turn week 0 into preseason. Let's start it on a Monday. Actually, where guys actually travel. That week before our majority classes kick off. You might have some kids still in class, but it'll be just like they do in the fall. Take that one, a regional. It could be, it don't even have to be interconference. It don't have to be the same conference. But if you looked at that score, if you didn't watch the game yesterday, you looked at the score, you would say, okay, Bama, roll tide. What's up, Khalil? How you feeling, man? Mary J, 100%. 100%. I made a point last night, and I need y'all to realize this. The transfer portal is not just a weapon for the Power Fives. It's actually going to be more feasible for the smaller schools because NIL does not. Somebody just posted a Bleacher Report video of Tyreek Hill getting detained for a speeding ticket, I guess. Hey, if Dwight's in here, Dwight, go grab that clip for me so I can see if I can get a reaction to it. Not even that, JB. Not even the boogeyman. The boogeyman ain't real, JB. You know that? The boogeyman ain't real. The boogeyman ain't real. This Alabama team is real, and they're going to go through real processes. They're going to go through real growing moments. So I'm not surprised that a team like USF, with the amount of talent that they were able to build over the last 3 years, go look at their recruiting classes over the past 3 years. USF is becoming a destination in Florida, especially in their own state. They're starting to really own the state. USF, UCF, they're attractive locations. UCF is a ACC ballot. Is on the ACC ballot to transition to the ACC. This could be good for USF. 2 years competing with Alabama. But let's calm down and let's think about let's grade the coaches. I see a lot of people trying to criticize the coaches. So you're talking about a whole new coaching staff, right? With a whole new group of young men. In their first opportunity to experience some adversity and see how these players respond and see how they can how players perform when they get put in positions to respond to adversity. We have this much criticism and negative critiques for our coaching staff. You some of these fans, and I want y'all to know, some of you couch coaches that call me a couch coach. Some of the stuff that I saw on social media last night, some of the stuff that I seen in my chat last night, with y'all coming at the coaches, especially Kane Womack, when that defense with a lot of young players out there, we saw mistakes made. But Kane Womack was a smart enough coach to gamble. You're not going to stop everything against every team. These are D1 scholarship athletes. They didn't go out there and suit up against no middle school kids. These were other D1 scholarship athletes. Byron Brown is a legit dual threat quarterback. His arm and accuracy is what most dual threats struggle with. He has the abilities. He has the capabilities. He has the skill sets. Just has to tone them up. Tone them up. But I need y'all to listen to this real quick. This USF team, that Old Dominion team, that Liberty team, the transfer portal is for schools like that. Because you may not get a Keon Sabb. You may not get a LT Overton, right? You may not get, who else we got? A Parker Brailsford of Germany, but no. You may not get these mainstream headliners, right? But you will get the looks of I forget the defensive lineman at USF last night, killing Wilkin Formby, our 5-star offensive lineman, killing him. Redshirt freshman offensive lineman. So sophomore, really in the classroom, freshman on the field. And there's nobody that came out of the transfer portal. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think he transferred from Kansas or Kansas State. He left there and went to USF. So you telling me you go from the Big 12 to Conference USF? Yes, that's what's happening. And you got to think, if y'all want to be realistic, there's a lot of players that left Alabama that could have went to schools like USF, Western Kentucky, UL Monroe, La Tech, Buffalo, Charlotte. They could have went to schools like that and started, and you would have seen a different level of competition when those schools go and play the likes of a South Carolina or Notre Dame, teams that struggle with non-Power 5 schools. Getting into the comments real quick. People act like a team that you don't think will pose a threat actually give us a run for our money, but I do like how the game went because it will make the team and coaching staff focus more. I think that's the coaching staff. I'm going to give the coaching staff a solid A- of how they handled last night's game. I kept saying this is a character game for this staff. I kept saying it. Hopefully y'all can't hear me. I got to let the window down a little bit. Y'all can hear me. But we needed this staff. We needed this staff to be able to get guys continue to coach through the adversity. You saw the animation from Nick Sheridan. You see his intensity. I love it. I love to see his emotion. I love to see Nick Sheridan's emotion, his intensity from the booth. Everybody was worried. Can we get the coordinators on the sideline? No. No, you don't need your offensive coordinator on the sideline. You want your offensive coordinator. I don't care what y'all say. I had people on other panels that I used to be on. I need my coordinators on the sideline. Shut up. Get my coordinator wherever he could see the schematics of what's developing on the field. If he could see it on the sideline, let him be on the sideline. If he could see it from the booth, especially with the new comms, yes, we having some comms problems with the headsets, but let them jokers get where they feel comfortable so they can call their best game. So I love Sheridan. We had that debate. Sheridan in the booth, he need to be on the sideline. Shut up. Keep him up in the booth. Your head coach is the offensive, is the foundational creator of this offense. He's the one that's putting all the assets together. Let him be on the sideline with your passing game coordinator and Jamarcus Shepard. Let him deal with personnel. What's one of the most intricate pieces of the passing game? Your wide receivers and tight ends. You got both of those coaches on the sideline, handling the rotation, handling schematics. Keep Sheridan up top. I like what Sheridan did in the second half with adjustments. He gave, you know what? And people are talking about Wilkin Formby. Me personally, I'm gonna agree. I think he should have been set at halftime. But I understand from a coaching standpoint. Now, I'm not going to be a fair weather fan like some of y'all. From a coaching standpoint, you made adjustments to try to help him. After that second drive in the third quarter, I believe it was the second drive, when the tight end and running back helping him wasn't allowing us an opportunity to be successful, or even double teaming on run blocks he just so out of it at that point. That's when we saw the change made, and you saw a motivated Elijah Pritchett, somebody who hasn't been performing well in practice, who hasn't been performing well in the scrimmages, but had a chance because he was motivated. He had something in front of him to reach for. In that game, seeing that somebody in front of him was struggling, and that's the nature of competition and depth, right? Now you got an opportunity, and he showed up. So we got to see a better version of Elijah Pritchett. How consistent can that be, though? Because I guarantee you, Wilkin Formby is not going to slow down. He's not going to let that keep him from working hard. They're trying to be a starting right tackle this year. So, one of our strong supporters, man, my Uncle Jay, called in last night, and he was like, he need to watch from the sideline. Nah, that's the problem with last year. Had too many young guys that could have been out there making early mistakes, young mistakes, watching from the sideline, not providing quality depth. Those were quality reps from Wilkin. He graded out at a horrible C- last night for me. A horrible C-, and that's a C- only because he did not give up. He didn't quit on one play when he got beat. The holding calls, two of those holding calls were chippy, very ticky-tack, especially the one on the touchdown. That one really killed his momentum. That one hurt him more than all the others. Brady, I don't think we're going to get too much harshness this whole weekend in college football. Nobody really dominated. Georgia won 48-3, but they got shut out in the third quarter by Tennessee Tech. Tennessee Tech is not one of the schools that benefit from the portal. Tennessee Tech is basically a community college with their resources. Anointed Life, you coming in late. We've been established that form. We got exposed. Well, it was at some point in time, every offensive lineman that was on the field got exposed. So what are we talking about? Because in the midst of him being exposed, I saw some positive things. I saw his willingness to take accountability for it. We didn't see that from Caden Proctor last year. We didn't see that from Seth McLaughlin last year. Culture, guys. Culture. And then, you know what else I'm going to tell y'all to shut up about? Y'all act like this team has had 20 games of this system under their belt. Y'all act like this coaches have 20 games or 13 games under their belt coaching these players. This is February. You got to think February. Fourth quarter program. That's not scheme. That's the only thing you're gonna be able to do there is have conversations in the film room. Reps. A lot of these guys are not even at 1,000 reps in the system yet. That's fall camp, spring ball, off-season workouts, and game reps. A lot of these guys aren't at 1,000 reps. Coach Al, I can tell you why. because Kobe Prentice and Kendrick Law, those are guys that you want to use, and you want them to. They're good at finding spots in the zones. That's what they specialize in. That's what this offense wants to key them in. So when they're able to find spots in zones, that's why Jalen Miro can depend on them. In one-on-ones, you have guys that have been identified as your one-on-ones. Jeremy Bernard, Ryan Williams. I said Ricky. Ryan Williams. When you talk about your top four, Cole Adams is another guy that's a zone eater, a zone beater. So I can understand where the mindset was last night coming into this game, trying to see how things matched up. And honestly, Coach Al, a lot of those deep shots that were taken, they looked so bad because a lot of the hand fighting that was being allowed last night. Ryan Williams got to do a better job of getting those hands loose from pushing off or hand fighting. Got to start freeing those hands up at the college level because they were really penalizing him for hand fighting last night. Him and Jeremy Bernard. I would also like to see more Caleb Odom. He gets in and he demands attention because of his size and his frame. I would like to see him. And our pass game, I definitely and I understand why Sheridan didn't go quick pass game. They were playing a lot of press on the boundary yesterday. Our wide receivers were winning early pressures. Right tackle got to hold it up. If you give Jalen Miro an opportunity, and I forget who the caller was with those fake drop back times, Jalen Miro didn't have 4 seconds not once on any drop back in the first half. Not once. Somebody, one of the callers, I forget his name, man. I think it was Adam. On one drop back, 4 seconds. On one drop back, 6 seconds. Not once. There was 2 plays in the game where Jalen Miro extended the play and held the ball behind the line of scrimmage for more than 4 seconds. I need y'all to realize that before he had to roll out the pocket. Come on, man. Falcons fan forever. 1 o'clock today, baby. We rising up. I'm going to be in church. But I'm actually around the street from the church now, y'all. I'm real late. I'm probably going to get fussed at. But I ain't going to lie to y'all. Last night, y'all worked me. Pause. I worked really hard last night. But we're gonna dive into the conversation some more tonight. We'll do a live stream tonight. And I think what I'll do is I'm going to start something new. And for the rubberneckers that's in here, wanting to steal some more ideas from the Coach Smook Network, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up Discord. All my members of the channel, meaning you're an actual AAA member, you have an icon next to your name, you're a supporter, you will, just like last night with Watch Party, you will be able to be pulled into one of the Discord and we'll stream the actual Discord screen. You don't have to come on camera, but if you want to, you can. And we'll just have some family talk. We'll have family night. The season is here. Sunday night, we could turn it into family night. We have our meetings at 6 p.m. for our Coach Smook Network team. Our whole network team, our mods and our admin at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, we have our meeting. And then tonight we can go live about 8:30 and just open it up and stream it and create that type of content. If you're not able to become a member and you can't get in, definitely jump in the chat and support that way. You don't have to be in the Discord to support, And I hope, and I'm saying this just to be straight up and authentic. Anybody that has aspirations of doing this type of this content covering Alabama or just panel work, post-game shows, if you're looking for, and I ain't saying I'm anybody, y'all, but I have been working hard and I've been working diligently to make my connections that I've made as a content creator, but also as a brand. Please don't come in on our content on our live content trying to promote your stuff and pop your stuff without getting some type of grace or clearance. It's just a respect. It's just a respect. So it's just a respect thing. And I everybody here that does content that has aspiration knows I share my platform. I don't care. I know I can't reach everybody, and I know my style and delivery is not for everybody. But just out of respect, guys, just give me the courtesy to present you to everybody. Because I don't co-sign everything. So if it's in my chat, it's puts off this perception that Coach Smook said no. Coach Smook don't rock with everybody. It's some people that y'all see me on panels with in the past. I don't rock with them or their content, and their content is just something I can't support. If I can't enjoy it, I won't endorse it. That's just me. If I can't enjoy it, I won't endorse it. So, even on the phone lines, I encourage y'all to be as insightful and analytical as possibly can. I really do. I want y'all to create great conversation. I don't want our phone line to be like Paul Feinbaum, where you got the same old people calling in and the same old noise. Like, I love hearing Zach, but last night was awesome hearing new voices. Last night was awesome. So I'm backing into the church now, y'all. I'll catch y'all later on. Hopefully I'm still on time left for praise and worship, y'all. I really hate that I'm late. But thank God for safe travels. You all be blessed on this Sunday morning. And roll tide, man. Keep y'all heads up. It's just one game. Second week of the season. We're going to talk about it some more tonight. I'll provide some therapy. Y'all know I always find a weird way of making sense of all this stuff, and I always end up being generally right, and that ain't no cap. It's just the truth. All right, y'all, be blessed. I'll catch up with y'all. Roll Tide, Coach Smook Network, AAA family. Authenticity above all. Don't forget, think about becoming a member. If you join, you can definitely get on the show tonight.